What's going on, guys? It's your boy Random Guy Kev, and this is Thoughts of a Random Guy. We talk about many things dealing with love, dating, relationships, adults' life's ups and downs, and the ever-evolving world of just being a human. Don't forget to check me out on all your favorite social media platforms at Random Guy Kev and my website at randomguykev.com. Today's topic is something dating. What do we talk about? Dating. Oh, that dating list. There it is.
Yeah, the list of places that, and I'm putting women in quotes because this is definitely not all women. These are
Yes.
these pretend social media influencers thinking
Yes.
their opinions matter. By the way, this is KeKe
Yes.
Curly. For those who know, you know, Patty Mayonnaise on social media. Let's get into this because this
Yeah,
is gonna irk my soul.
let's talk about it. So of course this is all based off that whole Cheesecake Factory date that one chick had, and she was
Listen,
super upset about because the guy took her on a first date to Cheesecake Factory. What are your thoughts on that? Your first date being just Cheesecake Factory? Just
first of all,
let's talk about that.
there is nothing wrong with the Cheesecake Factory. Let me say it louder for the people in the back. There is nothing wrong with the Cheesecake Factory. I think, and I don't know how this even originated.
Yeah.
All I know is that this list came out, and of course, it's going viral or whatever the case is. But if we're talking first dates, let's break down what people are even looking for on their first date that would make this list even come about.
I
For
agree.
me,
I
yeah,
feel like
like
people
let's
don't
get
know
into
what
that.
people don't know what first dates are. Sometimes I feel like people don't know what first dates are and like the purpose of a first date, to talk, to get to know each other, see if the vibe is right,
Right.
see if we can push forward for a second date. Because one, I mean, I get it. There's cheap people out there where they say, hey, I'm not taking you to a $500 restaurant, and I don't even really like you like that. My thing is, you build enough conversation before the first date to know someone, to be like, okay, I know her likes and dislikes. She likes this type of food, or she likes going out doing this. And then you create the experience from there. Some people don't know how to create an experience. They just
Let's talk
assume,
about
or
that.
just, hey, let me just pick the first thing that is closest or convenient and go there. Like for me personally, like I went on a date with a chick a while ago where it was like she likes coffee, she likes different types of coffees and different types of teas. So I was like, hey, let's link up and we'll go to this coffee house, and they have different type of stuff. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if you tried it yet. I immediately sent her the place, like, hey, have you ever been here? Okay, cool. Let's come here and link up and have conversation and see where the vibe goes from there. It's like, you have to ask questions, because if you want it to go to the second date, you got to figure it out on the first one. And I mean, this list is funny to me personally, because I feel like this
Listen,
this just lets me know that people really don't have conversations before a first date.
and I think that's the main key, and maybe people will disagree. But if I'm going on a first date with you, there needs to be conversations had before that. Whether that means we were texting, going back and forth on Instagram, or like talking on the phone. A first date for me is just a first impression. This is not the end all be all. This is not show me your tax returns. I need to see your whole family tree. This is literally like, let's see if we
For real.
vibe. You know what I'm saying? Because I do
No,
feel
that's
like there have
real.
been times where I've talked to people on the phones, or even more so, like having text conversations, and it's like, okay, kind of with that, right? You can kind of censor yourself, you can kind of think about your answers, all that stuff. But when you're in person and there is no like all of that thought process, it's kind of just like how we vibe, how our chemistry matches. You see if there's going to be any dead space in the conversation,
Yeah.
are things going stuff. That's what that first date is for. And I
Mm-hmm.
think someone even mentioned recently, like, oh yeah, a first date should not be a walk in the park. That would be a perfect first date. Take me to a walk in the park. Let's get some fresh
Listen.
air. Let me know that you're into fitness. It's all
Mm-hmm.
about first impressions for me.
Mm-hmm.
First date, you mentioned you like ice cream. I want to take you to, like, let's go get some Dairy Queen. I would love that because I'm not into a first date to like run through this whole list of my do's and wants. I'm trying to see if we can even vibe, bro.
Yo, and the thing is, I tell guys, like, I feel like the summer is the easiest and cheapest time to date someone,
For
because there's
sure.
so much going on. On this list, it has food trucks as number 30. Who the fuck doesn't like a food truck? Let's
Are
go to a
you
food truck festival
listen,
and
the
and go have a
best.
good time. Let's go chop it up at a food, like walking around, like, Brooklyn has them, Harlem has them, Jersey City has. It's like, are you stupid or are you dumb? I'm sorry. Like, who doesn't like food? And then being brought to a food truck festival, or the food truck road. Like, New York has a bunch of them where it's just like a bunch of food trucks where, yo, let's try, this, let's try that, and then sit down and have a conversation while we're eating. I
No, you're absolutely
I
right.
don't I
But
don't.
also, like, when you look at this list,
Mhm.
a lot of these things, and I guess, and again, I don't know the original situation, but I feel like all of these things are pointing towards people or women in quotes, want these luxurious, expensive ass, like, yacht trips for a first date. Like, girl, I don't even know you.
I think this is a
Why
I
would
think
he
it's a
do that?
meme. I think it's a meme. This list. I feel like somebody's trolling.
Definitely.
That's how I feel about it. I feel
This
like
has
this is
to
a
be.
troll list where, hey, let me troll. I mean, some of the stuff, again, everything is based off your conversation with that person. And if your conversation says she loves Applebee's, she loves the 2 for 2 or the $1 margaritas. Listen,
Bruh.
let's go. Let's go to
Yeah.
Applebee's. You want to go there? You like that place? Cool. But the thing is, it's you guys having that discussion to take that initial step there. Like your house, or you know, the movies. I don't like the movies because it just eliminates. It's one of those things that you don't
We
have
can't
conversation. You're
talk.
sitting there
Yeah.
watching an hour and a half, 2 hour long movie. You guys don't talk.
I understand that. That I
Um,
understand. I
uh,
understand the your house thing if you're not comfortable,
yeah,
but like in my opinion, for the most part, if you're trying to think of what's a good place to take a first date, think of something you would do with your friends. Like
yeah.
once upon a time, you could not tell us that we did not live in Central Park. Like we were there. Bartenders knew us. Like for me, I'm like that would be the perfect first date. I kind of already know the scenery. We're in a
Yep.
public space. Like
Mm-hmm.
I know it's a vibe in there. So even if you can't technically provide or be as outgoing, the vibe will set itself. You know what I'm
Word.
saying? Like if you are looking to make a good first impression, go places where you know like okay, I don't have to put too much energy into this vibe. Why would you want to be like, "Oh, let's go to like somewhere quiet where you have to put all this energy. If we're already at a bar,
Yep.
listen, we're gonna be taking drinks. We can comment on food. We can talk about the drinks. Some things will
Mm-hmm.
just come naturally.
Yeah.
Don't pick this place where you're like, oh, I'm really gonna have to like have conversation starters on my phone for me to really keep this going. You don't want to do that.
Yeah. You don't
Do
want that at
places
all.
that are public, things where we can people watch together, like that. Yeah, what does she have on?
Oh,
Like, oh, come on now.
Keka, your mic was going in and out.
Oh, is it?
It was going in and out.
Okay.
What's going on?
I'm getting
You was getting
excited.
into
Maybe it's my hands. So I'm like,
it.
you need to you need to pick places where you at least in my opinion, for a first date, if you're like the one controlling the narrative, pick
Mm-hmm.
places that you are comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Don't try like if you want to try something new because of your date, I'm all for that. But also do something that you vetted already. The worst thing you can do is go someplace and you both hated it. Like cool, it could be a good kiki, it could be a good laugh, but
Mm-hmm.
I want to enjoy our first date. Don't bring me to a coffee shop and you've never been there. You didn't read any reviews. You didn't do any research. We go there and it's trash.
And that's the thing. It's like when it comes to places like that, you have to read reviews. And I'm all about reviews. And like I
Same.
don't mind going to places for the first time and us critiquing the place together.
Right, but you can't
Like
go to a place where
I
it
will
was
do
zero
that. I personally
stars.
will do that. Like, yo, let's this. I've never been here. This is on my list. Here's a list of places. Which one do you want to go to? All right, let's hit this one and let's go have a mini food review of this place. You get this. I get this. Turn it into like a whole game where you guys are figuring out what you like and what you don't like about this place, and you write it down. You can turn anything if you're creative enough. You can turn anything from a losing situation to a winning situation.
Absolutely. I completely agree. Okay, so since we're on the topic of dates, and I know the type of high value man that you are.
Look. Your
However,
mic went in and out again. You
no,
stop touching it. Stop touching it.
I am not touching it.
Oh, okay. Nah, go
I
ahead
think,
though.
oh, because I've gotten mixed reviews on this kind of question. Who pays for the first date? Some people say men, some people say go Dutch, some people say whoever asked. So, what are
Mm,
your opinions on that?
I just pay personally.
Well, I know you pay. I know that. I knew that answer.
Okay.
I'm saying like rule of thumb, if you're someone who's maybe
Um,
not in your situation financially or
I mean,
someone who's like
the thing
feeling things
is,
out.
you should date within your pay scale, and I say that only because, um, if you're the type of person that always wants to go out, you always want to do things, you always want to experience things, but you ain't got the money, don't fucking do it, because then it's like the shit gets weird. I would understand, like, I mean, I've been in situations with women that, you know, after a while, hey, hey, Kev, I got this. All right, cool, that's fine on me.
Right.
Like that, I'm not gonna fight you if you say you got it. Shit, you got it. It's on you. But there's situations where they want to go somewhere and say like it's an expensive ass place, and it's like it's $300, $400, $500 a plate for what? For Pookie Sai. Like why? Like if you,
For what?
but the thing is, if you can't go there by yourself, then
Mm.
why would you want somebody else to take you there? Not saying I wouldn't go and not pay for it, because you know me, I'm all about food. So if it's a new food spot, I don't mind. But I'm always like mindful of the reviews and the food and what's going in it. And it's like, if that's above my pay grade, why am I gonna go to? Why am I gonna waste money on food that is not gonna be fulfilling for me? Because you've seen spots where the food is $500, $600, $700 and you're still hungry afterwards. Do not give me places like that.
I
And
completely
I've been
agree.
to at least like 4 or 5 of them, and I hated every one of them. The food was great, but I was still hungry afterwards. Don't play with my
Yeah.
stomach. That's the one thing. Don't play with my stomach. That's not it. I don't care what vibe you want to go for, what experience, because you saw it on TikTok somewhere. No. No,
I'm
thank you.
just not with any. I mean, and maybe it's because the kind of girl I am, I'm not paying on the first date. And if I feel the need that I have to pay, that is the last date.
I mean,
It just won't work.
there's some cases where women pay on the first date. They some women initiate. Hey, can you I want to go out with you, and I think we should go to this spot. And they'd be like, all right, cool. And sometimes women, this is on me. And
And
if you
that's
deal
good
with
for
the right
them.
person, sometimes they'll be like, no, I got it. Or they'll be like, all right, next one's on me then. Next date's on me. If a woman's paying for me, like it's already immediate follow up. Like, yo, we already going on a second date. I'll see you tomorrow, or I'll see you
Ooh,
in 2 days.
okay,
Some shit.
okay.
That's you could always again. You could all people look at that as a losing situation if you have her pay. No, that you could turn that losing situation into a winning situation and be like, yo, I got our next date planned already. This is where we're gonna go. It's on me. I got you.
So coming from a man, this is actually a very interesting conversation. Coming from a man's perspective, do women get extra kudos or extra points in your opinion, even if they don't pay, if they offered to pay?
Um, if they offer to
Because I'm
pay,
not even offering, because I don't even play with kids like that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm going to
that's
get my
like
purse looking. No, baby, I'm gonna look at their receipt like, okay, nice,
okay. Nice. I mean,
nice.
my thing is, I find it very attractive when women are, you know, I mean, very rarely where I've had instance where it's like, yo, babe, I got it. Like it hasn't happened all the time. It's like they know I got it, but it's very rarely where it's like, yo, babe, I got it.
Mm.
Um, but I mean, I find that attractive when she tries to beat me to the bill. Like she know I'm gonna pay it, but she tries to beat me to the bill, and I'm like, yeah, I got it already. It's too late. And it's like, damn, like, oh, yo, I got it covered. And it's like, nah, I already gave her my card when I went to the bathroom, so it's already over for that.
But on the
Um,
that you're saying like for on the first date, if it's multiple dates,
I
I
mean, multiple dates,
completely
yeah,
yeah, multiple dates. I am for sure not a brat, y'all. Like I'm definitely gonna treat once or twice. I'm gonna throw that in there.
yeah.
But on the first date, please don't even look this way.
Yeah, that's funny. On a first, I mean, again, the first date is based off your conversation with that person. What type of rapport you built with them so far. Like, because there's a lot of times where, you have that you meet somebody today and then tomorrow y'all link up and do something, but you don't have no background information on them at all. So it's like,
Mm.
all right, let's just figure it out from here. But then there's the other side where you guys been talking maybe a week or 2 or 3 weeks, and you finally get the opportunity to link up and do something, and it's like, damn, this shit hit the spot. Like,
Yay.
one of my first dates was Korean barbecue,
Mm.
and like that's after us talking for a while, FaceTiming and stuff like that. And it's like I think we were supposed to do something else, but then it was like, damn, kind of tired, and she knew I liked Korean barbecue, so she was like, "Yo, Korean barbecue." I'm like, "All right, shit, I love Korean barbecue. I haven't had that shit in weeks. Let's do it." So our first date was Korean barbecue. So I mean, it's again, it's have I feel like I like having the conversation before the first date to kind of establish that rapport and just get a better understanding of somebody. But I have been in situations where, all right, next day we just link up, like, and I'll be like, I'll say something like, oh, like I'll meet somebody that night and like, yo, I'm like, yo, we're going out tomorrow. I like, me, I'm very forward. Like, yo, we're going out tomorrow. Since you're off, you told me you were off. We'll just go grab dinner at this place. I'll text it to you so you know how it looks. And and in most cases, when you don't have that rapport that you had as far as talking 3-4 weeks, whatever, you don't necessarily go and pick them up and open the door and all that stuff. A lot of times they just meet you at the place. So, that's another first date thing where people are just like, hey, do you have to go pick her up? Again, that's based off your rapport and your discussion with them.
Right.
First dates are that learning period. Definitely that learning period to see if you would pick that person up, and go from there. Like everything in this list, this 30 list is interesting because, again, it's based off your conversation. Like bowling, I've been on a first date bowling. That shit was fun as hell.
Yeah.
I've been to an arcade with somebody on a first date.
I've been at like Dave and Buster's, so that's kind of like arcade-ish.
Yeah. Family functions? No. I'm not bringing you around my people.
Yeah, for sure not.
No.
We're pushing it. What would you
Nah.
say is like top three don'ts on the first date though? Like top three, like if you do this, there's not going to be a second one.
Um, don't don't expect anything. Don't expect a kiss. Don't expect sex. Don't expect
That's fair.
An immediate callback or text back. Don't set any real expectations. The moment you set expectations, that's when you're going to be let down. It's just go with the moment, just enjoy it. Because I've had situations where I've been on a first date with people and the vibe is so well, and it's like, all right, hope to see you. Like let's talk. We'll schedule something another time, and it's like, all right, cool. And she'll just stand there. And it's like, aren't you gonna kiss me? I'm like, oh, I mean,
That's awkward.
we're we ain't there yet. Like,
Yeah, no, that's awkward. I'm
I
not
mean,
asking.
and a lot of times you can tell off body language if you read somebody, if how things are going and how the vibe. Like, yes, I've kissed a girl on a first date. Yes, I've had sex with a girl on a first date, and it's like, I feel like we've all experienced something like that. But that's again based off the energy and the vibe
Right.
that happens. Maybe you guys have been talking for 3 to 4 weeks, and when you finally meet, you're so excited. It's like, damn, fuck, finally get to see you. Versus somebody that's been talking to somebody else for 1 day or 2 days, and
Right.
kind of it. And it's like, but they're some people set expectations as far as like hold my hand and kiss me and did no, like relax. Don't set any expectation. This is your first time meeting. Just enjoy the moment, learn about each other, and just go from there.
Facts.
How about for you?
Okay. I am a time warrior. Punctuality is always key. I've literally turned someone away. They were coming to pick me up because they were like I think it was more than 10 minutes late. And I was like, don't come. Like, do not come here. I will not be
That's
leaving my
hilarious.
home.
That's hilarious.
I like because that says a lot to me. Like this was not no like go with the flow. We used pick the time. I confirmed the time. I'm ready by that time. You ain't sure. I give you a 5 minute grace period. After that, yeah, go home. Don't even. I was like, go ahead and bust that U-turn, or I'm right around the corner. Well,
Yeah.
keep driving because I'm
Keep
not gonna
driving.
be there. But also, I don't play Cupid anymore. I used to,
Hmm.
and I won't say any names, but I definitely did help hooks one of my friends up with another friend's friend up. And I remember her telling me like, oh, it was going well, but he was just so like trying to touch and hold my hands. And she said it made her feel uncomfortable. And for her, it was like, yeah, never again. Like,
Damn.
don't be that person that's
Right.
like over, like, read the room. But
Mm-hmm.
off the rip, like,
Yeah.
and I think what made it even more awkward, he was kind of like, "Oh, you don't want to hold my hand?" Like, don't do that.
Damn.
Cringe. Cringe, okay?
That wasn't me,
I
right? I feel
No, no.
like no, you know, no. Okay.
I would tell you. No, it
Okay.
was definitely
Cause
not
that sounds
you.
wild. I'm like, that sounds some like some wilder shit. I'm like, and I'm sitting there in the back of my mind like, no, you never, no, I've never asked you to, no, no. I'm
She
pretty sure.
immediately called me and I was like, I apologize because I did not know that that was going to happen, nor
Mm-hmm.
did he indicate he was that kind of person. And she was just like, yeah, it made me feel like, okay, now I feel like I have to hold his
Have to,
hand or
yeah,
else this is going to be really awkward for the rest of the time here. And she's like, at this point, I'm just trying to get through the date. I'm trying to
damn.
get through it so that it's not like, because clearly we have mutual friends. So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
you never know if you're going to see him again. And you just like, let me just get through this. But she
Yeah.
was like, definitely like, never again.
And that's the thing. It's like that's why I try not to put my friends with other friends only because
Really?
sometimes I do it sometimes because it's like I know how certain people behave and it's like nah that's gonna be put on me and it's like you know that the one situation with the one friend um it's like I literally told her like yo don't talk to him like I didn't put her on with him but
Yeah.
she met him and she was like oh flabbergasted by him and she was just oh my god tell me more no don't deal with him like don't deal with him the fuck like I'm being straight up with you as it's I don't know it's just me like and the one other time was that I gave advice to someone it it supposedly I did more than I was supposed to because all I just said was yeah don't deal with them that's not your type.
But you know what I've learned? Like, I stay completely like, I stay out of the way.
Yeah.
There was one time in college, and I literally learned from this never to ever, like, be in the mix like that. It was a girl, and again,
Mm-hmm.
no names will be said, but if they listen to this, they already know who they are, so what's up, guys? Um,
It's
she
always that one person you can't
she
name.
right, she came to me, was telling me a situation, and I was just like, okay, blah 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 blah. And it was another girl that I knew, and they were basically dealing with the same guy.
Mm-hmm.
Both like, I don't want to say madly in love. I don't want to put words in the mouth, but close, very close to like, this is my man, my man, my man.
My man, my man, my
So
man.
the girl that I would say was more of less naive or less gullible to this man
Yeah.
was like, I want to tell her, but I don't. As another colored
Mm.
woman, like, we owe each other to like keep it a buck, right? And granted, again, I've learned. I know people are listening to this like, no, dummy, but like, yeah, never doing it again. But I was like, no, tell her, keep it a buck, blah blah blah. I set this thing up. They have a conversation. I wasn't present for the conversation, was I? No, I don't think I was. But the girl that at the time I was closest to did come back and tell me everything. She was like,
Mm.
the other girl asked questions and all the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I revealed a lot of things. Like, basically they were both living the same life with the same man. Like, I thought I was the only one, down to like, we did it raw, they did it raw, like stuff like that. And when you're in college, it's like, dang, like,
Yeah.
it's a predominantly white institution. Everybody and their mama got a STD, so like, you really got to be careful. So no, for sure, because
That's
white people
wild.
are dirty. So
Yeah, yeah.
anyway, lo and behold, the girl that not the one who spoke to me originally, the one that she wanted to share the information, put her on. This man, is not good. He's playing us both. Stays with the guy.
Mm.
But what killed me is what, because she had came back, and actually maybe I was there. She was kind of like, I'm so hurt. Like, da 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 da. Thank you for sharing this with me. Like, yeah, no, like, we're both gonna drop him. Blah blah blah. She surely did not,
Yeah. Kept it.
and they're married today.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So I was just like, I mean, clearly it's two sides of the coin. Like, okay, well, maybe she stuck it out and da da da.
I mean,
Also, in the back of my head is like, okay, you weren't strong enough to leave him, or you loved him too much. Like, you gave him grace, you gave him a second chance. I don't know if you could ever trust that he will not do that again. It got messier, like the situation happened again with
Okay.
other women in college. And so it's like you stuck through that as well, and of course you can say, "Oh, well, now I have the ring." But at what cost?
Yeah. I mean, um, sometimes that stuff is just it's just weird. Personally, when people stick around with certain situations, it's like shit's messy. But that's college, and like as you
That
get older,
is.
you should get
Yeah.
better. You should evolve. You should get higher standards. That's why this whole first date shit is just dumb. It doesn't make any fucking sense to me. This list, okay, this list was created by some. I feel like it's a troll that created this list, which is called like a list of 30 places
That they refuse
room,
to go.
yeah, for women,
Right.
that they refuse to go to. And this is based off again, this was based off a video that went viral on Instagram or TikTok, wherever, of a woman refusing to go to Cheesecake Factory on a first date because she looked so good, she looked so delicious, she should be held on a pedestal, and she should be somewhere else.
Is that how
Um,
this started?
yeah, there
She
was
got the
a.
dress code wrong?
I mean, I don't know. I have no idea. I have no. But that was definitely the discussion that was being had all over social media in regards to this specific topic. But
Okay.
as we come to a close for this, what do you want to leave people with? And don't forget to drop in your social media handles and
Of
stuff.
course.
Yeah.
I want to leave people with, like, one, don't put so much pressure on yourself for the first date. And if someone doesn't appreciate the effort you put in just to make ensure that they're going to have a good time, drop them. Period. And
Mm-hmm.
that's that on that. Again, this is KeKe, KeKe, Curlead, Patty Mayonnaise on social media. Check me out.
But that's all for this episode, guys. You guys can find me on all social media platforms at Random Guy Kev and my website at randomguykev.com. Don't forget to check in, and I will catch you guys on the next one.
Peace out, Cub Scouts.